Good morning, dear students. Today we will learn the poem The Journey of the Magi, which is written by T.S. Eliot. The reading of this poem will help you to gain some ideas on the life and works of the poet, and also you will be able to appreciate the poem. You will come to know biblical account of Jesus Christ and its symbolic representation by reading this poem, and how religious themes are employed in the poem. You will come to know about this. Before starting the discussion of this poem, let me discuss the life and literary life of major modern writer in English literature, and that is T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot was a major modernist writer in English literature. Why do we call him as major modern English literature? Because the content of his poem as well as his poetic style give elements of the modern movement that was famous during his time. These poets denied the conventions or the traditions of the 19th century norms. Basically, T.S. Eliot was a poet, a playwright, a critic, and also a Nobel Prize winner. You can see in the picture T.S. Eliot. As I said, T.S. Eliot is considered one of the major poets of the 20th century because these poets brought into poetry the alienation, the estrangements, the fragmentation concepts into poetry. T.S. Eliot, his full name is Thomas Stearns Eliot. We call him in short T.S. Eliot, who is popularly known as T.S. Eliot. Then let's see who is T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot was born on September 26, 1888 at St. Louis, Missouri in America. He was born to a prominent Boston family who were originally from New England. His parents lived in New England. Later on, they moved to Boston. His birthplace, which we had seen, St. Louis, Missouri, US. His father was a successful businessman. His mother was a poet and social worker. And we come to know that in 1905, he went to school. Eliot's love for literature is since his childhood. And we understand by his biography that he received his BA degree from Harvard University in 1909. At Harvard, he was influenced by professors renowned in philosophy. He was interested in philosophy, poetry, and literary criticism as well. He is regarded as a central figure in English modernist poetry. I told you why we call him as a modernist poetry, because his poetry shows the style of poets who has denied the conventions of 19th century norms. He also has ample amount of knowledge in Indian philosophy, and studying Sanskrit was his another unique thing. He moved to England in 1914 at the age of 25. He settled down, worked and married in England. He married Vivian Haywood, and in 1927, at the age of 39, he became a British citizen. He got widespread attention for his poem The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock in 1915, which is considered as a major modernist masterpiece, and for that his popularity was widespread throughout England and US. We can identify his name. For writing, Eliot's influences was his contemporary Ezra Pound, who identified his poetic genius. He had a close association with Ezra Pound, who was also a major writer of modernist era. He had a long association with the publishing house of Faber and Faber. Eliot became interested in religion in the 1920s and later converted to Anglicanism. His poetry shows the great influence of religion on him, so that we can see all his major poems include the element of religion, the accounts of religion, and the present poem also tell us that how the biblical account of Jesus Christ was represented by this very poet, and this shows how religion was immensely impacted on him. He died in London in 1965. His major works include best known works, what we call. In 1917, Prufrock and Other Observations. This collection of poems was published in 1917, and within this poetry collection, we can find The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, which has brought widespread popularity to T.S. Eliot. The another remarkable poetry written by him, The Wasteland, which is published in 1922. Then comes The Hollow Men, Ash Wednesday, East Coker, and Four Quartets. They published in 1925, 1930, 1940, and 1943. So these are the major or the best known works till today. He is not just a poet, but also a playwright. As I said, he has written so many plays. Among the plays, Murder in the Cathedral, which was published in 1935, was hugely popular. Then The Cocktail Party, and other plays to name here, The Elder Statesman, which was published in 1958, The Confidential Clerk, 1953, The Family Reunion, 1939, and The Rock, which is published in 1934. Apart from poems and plays, he has also published essays. In essays, Tradition and Individual Talent is a considered masterpiece. The use of poetry and the use of criticism is another essay. T.S. Eliot also received so many awards, and to name some of the awards are, he was awarded the greatest Nobel Prize for Literature in 1948. He was also received Order of Merit in 1948, and the other one is Hanseatic Cothe Prize 1955. So by understanding a brief biography of T.S. Eliot, it will help us to understand the poem even more. The poet and his life and his literary life are given in this session. So we will come to know that how T.S. Eliot is a major modernist writer in his era. His contribution is very, very immense.